Right. Welcome back to Slayers Anime Review, episode number 14. We're here discussing episodes 11 to 13 of Slayers Next, which are episodes 37 39 of the series. Now, this is probably curious, like, Nick, did you shrink down your camera? I did. I thought I'd try something different. Because I had to complain about basically how the camera looks. So I decided to lower the resolution a little bit. Right now it's at 640 times 480. It was at 1200 something before. And I wonder how basically people react to this. I'll probably do this for a few videos and switch back to the other one. Because I like the other one better. Because it has more clear resolution. But I guess do close-up upway, basically, whatever. So, and plus also I did just before starting to record this video, I did straighten up my background. Yes. So, in the case, basically, what happens in these 3 episodes. So, by the way, at the end of episode 10, Melita had found a manuscript of the Clare Bible, and Lena reads it and learns a particular spell. Before she gets the interesting part, it's scribbled on by a girl, by the granddaughter of the witch doctor, and she gets some talismans from, of course, Zealous. And I was actually reading the manga adaptation, and she actually does still have this stuff, so at least basically we got that part right. And so this is kind of interesting when it comes to this. So Zealous is definitely here in the manga adaptation of the story, but not in the light novel for some reason. Not really sure why. So she learns a spell, Ring of Blade, and then she goes back to Palace, where of course, well, we have pretty much everybody protecting people inside of a circle that looks like a giant pentagram. And then of course this is kind of interesting though. So prior to this, I think, Albert basically is a good guy. Alfred, nope. No, he's not. Turns out, basically, he actually wanted the throne very badly. Despite the fact he was technically third in line for the throne, because his cousin was the heir to the throne, the second line was his father, and he was third in line. He wanted to jump ahead in the line. He wanted the throne so badly. So he arranged with 2 individuals, the 2 people who sorcerers who work with his father. And of course, jumping from the dimension, of course they free from the barrier, thanks to, of course, smashing a goddess statue. And then they go to his mansion. Turns out, yep, he's the one behind everything. Not his father. Oh no, not his father. He's behind everything. And they also reference Atlas City here, which is interesting because in the book this happened, book 2, the Atlas City stuff. Here, this happens basically with book 4. And then, of course, the Kazing, I think his name is, the guy with the green skin, not Zell, this is the other guy, who looks a lot like I'm trying to think what was his name. The guy who was like the pretty boy from Dragon Ball Z. I kind of forgot his name. It's been a while since I watched it. But the one who had an ugly appearance whenever he transformed into like a monster. So he kills Alfred, and then proceeds to have his mansion in the grounds go up in the sky, which of course they battle in the sky, and then of course, then Melita, she basically gets killed by Lena and Gari, and the other guy killed by Lena. And with them defeated, I think it's about to crash to the ground. But then Lena uses the Giga Slave the Dragon Slave to basically destroy the damn thing. And then pretty much they just mourn. Well, also, and here's the thing. So it turns out Phil was not the actual arc. It turns out Lena was, because their master, the Chaos Dragon, apparently they want to join them. She's like, nope. And And by the way, they made this offer in episode 12, believe it or not. So it's like basically a lot So I kind of mistakenly thought that episodes basically 10 level with filler. Well, it turns out they're not filler. No. It just basically the answer to the character was not there. And in the case of the princess, who appears in the first episode, she's actually based upon a tennis player who was an open lesbian. Yep. But the difference is she likes guys, while the real life person likes ladies. And ends up it's a very sad, somber note. And basically 13 is the end of the adaptation of book 4 for the series. Yes. So basically, like, the first book is happened, the first 2 episodes, then take a break, and then for episode, I think it was like 18, I think it was. From 18 to like 26 is basically book 3. And in the case book 2 so far of this season, it's basically episode 3 through 5. 6, 7 is obviously just filler. And this arc itself basically adapted to book 4 for episodes 8 to 13. Yep. And as of right now, I'm like halfway to the season right now, so. But at this point, basically, it's now time for me to go back to look Range vs. Panther Range, which, yes, I'll do that soon. So, that is pretty much it for the particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Next up we have is Fire Force. Okay, thanks you. Bye.